our clients mentally to focus on discipline. It's really just something that you have to create a habit around that's just part of your lifestyle. Most people are not motivated to go to work, but they go to work every day because they have to live. Working out and eating well and keeping your body healthy should be the same thing. You need that just as much as you need your
Mhm.
job, because as you age, it's going to cost you exponentially more if you don't stay healthy.
Hey everyone, welcome to a great podcast again today. I'm Melanie Johnson, your host for the day at the Elite Expert Insider podcast. And we are going to talk health and fitness today. I'm excited. I've been trying to really roll into my health and fitness as I'm getting older. And it's not easy to find the right thing and be disciplined and all of that. And it's nice to have someone come around and coach you, but who has time for a coach, or can you get a coach? And all of that stuff. But we have some solutions for you today. We have Ariana Hakman coming to join us. She is an expert. She has an app on this. She's a coach. I just can't wait to talk to her. And in the meantime, we're brought to you by Elite Online Publishing, and we can help you to write, market, and publish your book to be a #1 bestseller. So if you're looking to become an author or an expert in your field, reach out to us. All right, let's dive into health and fitness. Get me off my bum, Ariana, and tell what I need to do. Welcome. And how are you doing?
I'm doing great. Thank you so much for having me. I love talking about health and fitness. So I'm always excited when I get to do things like this.
Me too. So I'm excited to talk to you. And I noticed that you really started in finance COO type position, which you do that still for your current company. But tell
Yeah.
us your background and how you got to from where you were and to where you are now.
Yeah, I've always been active, and I came into both working out and nutrition through my parents. My mom was a dietitian by trade, and my dad is in his 70s and still has a six pack. So I grew up with healthy, active parents, and I continued that on just in my lifestyle in general. But I wanted to be able to get a solid job out of college. And so I went into accounting and finance and worked in the healthcare industry doing that. But after about 13 years, I had my daughter. Her name is Luna. That's where Luna Fit comes from. So that's kind of the family tie in. And I was just working long hours. I never saw her. My husband and I had a nanny, and it was just weird. And so I was like, okay, I've got to figure out something else. So eventually left finance. And the only other thing I could think of that I knew anything about was nutrition and working out. And so I actually started a mommy and me class, wearing my daughter, helping other new moms be active, giving them nutrition advice. And they started getting results. And I was like, okay, maybe I could really do this. So got a little bit more serious about it. My husband eventually joined me in the business, and we purchased a gym. And then from there, we've just building things that our clients have been looking for. So after the gym came a meal prep company, and then a supplement company. And then when we were shut down during COVID and we took all of our programming online and got really creative with our current clients,
Yeah,
it just opened our eyes to, man, we could reach a much larger market than the 5 mile radius that people are willing to travel to a gym. And so we
for
started
sure.
working on the app for the past several years. And now it's at a really great place, and we're really excited about it.
Dang, I love all that. Like
It's a
you've done
lot.
a lot. You've created a lot. All right, not just because I'm in the publishing industry. Alex Hermosi, if you're familiar with him,
Oh,
had
yeah.
Jim, and it. So your next step is really to write books. Okay, that's the next thing. Turn that in.
I
So
would I
help
would
you with
totally be down with that. And we actually started the gym LunaFit. We had several other gyms before that with Alex Hormozy. Like, I've actually met him and his
no
wife
way.
when he was early in the business. We were in his seminars and resources and in his gym launch program.
Wow.
So, yep.
Oh, that's funny. And I have a cat named Luna. We call her Luna Muffin, but her,
I
yeah.
love
So
that.
that's a great name. Love the Luna. All right. So let's start diving into health and fitness. So a lot of us struggle, whether we're young, whether we're old, getting on a routine. Let's start with, which I don't know if it's a controversy or not, but I was taught years ago that I should work out on an empty stomach. That helps me burn more calories and I'll lose weight faster. And now that's all changed. No, you need to have protein before you work out. So where are we on all that? And what's your philosophy about that?
Yeah, I think it depends on what you're doing. So if you want to do some fasted cardio in the morning, I think that's fine. You will burn fat. It can be a great way to get started. But if you're doing anything beyond about 30 minutes of cardio, you really need energy. We use all of our energy sources while we're sleeping. They're depleted when we wake up. So if you're going into the gym and you're trying to lift weights, it's going to be harder on your body and you're just not going to be able to push yourself as much. So you really want to get something in. And I don't eat a lot. I eat a protein waffle from my meal prep company. That's what I eat before I work out and do my lifting. So we're not talking about some massive hungry man breakfast for you to
Right.
be able to go work out, but to put a little bit of protein, a little bit of carbs in your body before you do any sort of weight lifting
Yeah.
is a much better option.
So how much protein and how much carbs?
Before you work out,
Yeah.
I probably get about 10 to 15 grams of protein and maybe 20 grams of carbs. We're not talking a lot because I don't
Okay.
really like to eat a lot before I go work out. So it's
Okay.
really
And then,
just enough to get everything moving, just to get it
yeah.
started, put some energy in your system. You'll be able to lift a little bit heavier. You'll feel better while you're working out. And
Mhm.
when we run boot camp classes here, and this is where it became apparent to us in real life, even outside of our
Yeah.
own workouts, we've made a lot of people lose their stomach, throw up. We just have. Our classes are tough. There's just no way around it. So many people. And I would say 99% of the people that have thrown up was on an empty stomach, not because they ate.
Wow.
We always tell our people within an hour of coming in to do a class, you have to eat something. You have to have something to keep your energy up and your body happy and all that stuff. So
So if you're doing like a 20 to 30-minute treadmill walk that's not too intense,
do it
perfectly
fasted.
fine, empty stomach. Yeah,
Yep.
that's good. But otherwise, you need to have something before. And
Yes.
then what's the best way? Of course, I'm a little bit more mature than you. I'm going to say mature. That means older to build weights. Like I'm always a little bit nervous, even when you're young. If it's too much weight, you can cause injury. Like I use probably 10-pound weights. One person told me, yeah, you flail those around like they're like paperweights, like you need something a little bit heavier, but I don't
Yeah.
know how much heavier to go. And how do you know like what your limit is and what is a good thing for you, women versus men? I'm going to focus more on women right now.
Yeah, I think for women, but really for anyone, the rule that I always tell people if I can't interact with them in person is pick up a set of weights and
Mhm.
do 10 reps. If you
Yeah.
could have done way more reps than that, it's too light. If you can't get to the
Mm,
10, if you are only getting 6 or 8 reps, then if you're trying to build muscle, that's the right weight for you. If you're trying to do more toning, then you can go a tiny
mhm.
bit lighter and then work up to that. But no
Yeah.
matter what, when you're working out, you really want to keep either increasing your reps or your weight. And either one is good. It's just that you're showing your body progress. But
Right.
I would say any weight, if you're doing 10 reps and you could do 10 more, it's too light. You got to go up a little bit. You got to push yourself.
So, how do you get people to the gym or even to work out themselves? I know you've got an app and I want to go into that a little bit, but what's the motivation? I think it starts with your mind, right? Cuz you're like, "Oh, I just don't feel it today. I don't want to do it, or I woke up late, maybe I'll do it later." What are some of the tips you give your clients that are working out to motivate them to do it?
Yeah. One, we talk a lot about discipline versus motivation. So
Mhm.
a funny thing about me in this business is I actually don't really enjoy working out. Now, once I'm doing it and how I feel after and the way it helps me look and feel, I am all in. I'm trying to age gracefully. I'm all
You're
about
doing
it.
great so far.
Thank you. But as far as being motivated, not most of the time. So we try
Yeah.
to get our clients mentally to focus on discipline. It's really just something that you have to create a habit around that's just part of your lifestyle. Most people are not motivated to go to work, but they go to work every day because they have to live. Working out and eating well and keeping your body healthy should be the same thing. You need that just as much as you need your
Mhm.
job because as you age, it's going to cost you exponentially more if you don't stay healthy. So
Yeah.
we always focus on discipline. And then we try to talk about having some sort of a coach, which is where the app came in so that
Mhm.
we could create accountability for more people. Because a lot of people keep
Right.
coming to our gym because they know the coach expects them there, or they have a friend that they've made and their friend expects them to come to class. There's an expectation, and people will always let themselves down, but
Yeah.
it's really hard to let other people down. So when you have someone that's expecting you to show up, it does help.
Yeah, and my brother, he was a four-time All-American, three-time NCAA wrestling champ. and
That's
really
awesome.
like he's in the Wrestling Hall of Fame. And we recently had a talk that he did say, so it's not so much motivation as he embraced discipline at a young age. He said, I
Yeah.
realized discipline, if I do this every day, I'm going to get this result eventually. So if I just do this and I want that result, that's the result I want. I just have to have this discipline to do this routine all the time. I know myself, I'm wired a little different than him. He's so good about doing the same thing every single day. He's got the routine and I just get bored. So I have to mix it up a little bit too. In your app, do you mix it up a little bit or do you in the classes that you have too?
Yeah, we definitely do. That's one of the things is we have first of all, we have several different coaches, so it's different
Uh-huh.
styles, but they're
Yeah.
always doing something different. So the classes are always interesting. And I'd say I'm somewhere between you and your brother. I can do some things the same every day, but I try to follow a pretty strict workout plan because I don't
Yeah.
want to work out 7 days a week, so I'm going to maximize it, but it'll be like you need to do the same plan for 6 weeks and I'm like there's no
Mhm.
chance. I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
I'll pick the big moves and I'll keep those, but I'm gonna mix it up with some other stuff in here
Yeah.
that just keeps me entertained, right? And it's better to do that than to
Yeah.
not do it at all. So if you're trying to stick to a plan that you're gonna quit, find a new plan. And that's one of our biggest things. It's not worth it if it's gonna take you away from being able to do it. So make it your own, personalize it. And that's really what we try to do in the app.
And switch the plans. Switch you can switch plans around. It's kinda like switching your skincare. Hey, this worked for a while, now I
Yes.
need to switch and do something else. Talk to me a little bit about the app. I like what you were saying. We were talking before we got on the interview that it which I've never heard an app track your hydration. So that's pretty cool. It's your sleep, your workout, and your hydration and has coaching. How does that even work? How do you track someone's hydration? I guess yeah. I'll let you tell
I
me.
mean, so eventually what we wanna do is get to the point because 'cause they're coming out with sensors and wearables and things now that literally can sense how hydrated you are. So, we've got some cool things in the works for future versions of the app. Right now, we ask you, "How much water are you drinking?" And but we
Mhm.
do calculate it. So, in our onboarding, we're like, we get all of your basics so that we can know how much water you should be drinking. Because a lot of people even underestimate that. So, the
Yeah.
minimum amount that anyone should drink is half of your body weight in ounces of water. That's
Mhm.
like bare minimum to stay hydrated. And most people I live in Florida, I'm sweating all day long, even in the winter, right?
Yes.
So I have to drink a little bit more than that. And then I'm working out, and that adds to it as well. So the app will take all
Mhm.
those things into consideration and give you a real number for you to shoot
Yeah.
for. And then the coach is reminding you, asking you, and it's really cool because one of the things that people like least about tracking stuff is logging. But everything in our app can be voice logged. Everything you eat,
Oh, nice.
everything you drink, you can just tell your coach, "Hey, I just drank a 30-ounce cup of water," and it'll be like, "Okay, got it," and it'll log it, and it'll give you a little congratulations message because we all like to feel like we're
Can we
accomplished things.
Can we say, "Hey Siri, open blah blah blah, open the app and tell it and log this for me"? That would be really cool. Then I don't even have to touch anything.
Yeah, we're getting there. We do connect to wearables, so any workout you
Yeah,
do, any sleep you all of that is tied in, all your steps is tied in directly, so you don't even have to log that, so,
that's really cool. I have a
yeah.
Sleep 8 mattress, and I love that. I don't know if you know what that is, but it's temperature controlled, and it even has a hot flash mode on it. So in the middle of the night, if I have a hot
That is
flash, I hit that,
awesome.
and it makes it colder for me,
I
and then
love that.
tell my sleep metrics. All right, so let's talk supplements. What supplements are you taking?
Okay, I take I feel like I don't take a lot. I take, like, an energy drink in the morning that has vitamins in it, so I do that with my collagen, take collagen every
All right,
day.
and what energy drink do you like? Because some have
Uh,
bad raps.
I know, it's called Spark. It's like a powder form. It's been approved by
Okay.
my doctor.
Okay.
I love coffee, but unless I have a rare cup of coffee as a treat, that's the only caffeine I drink all day. So I mix that with my collagen, and then with my breakfast, I take NAC. I take
NAC, I haven't heard of
NAC.
NAC. I've heard of
Mhm.
NAD. I take NAD. What's NAC? Is it
And NAC
N
so I
N
take NAC in the morning and glycine in the evening, and there's this big thing I don't know if you're seeing it now, but it's called glutathione, and it's like the newest hype right now, and it's super expensive, and everyone's taking it, and it has amazing results. When you combine NAC and glycine, it basically helps your body produce that element instead of you having to take it. So, yeah,
now
so
is
I take
so glycine is not magnesium, right? That's glycinate.
no. Yeah,
Glycine is
glycine is
different.
separate. Yeah.
Okay, different.
Mhm.
Okay, so NAC in the morning,
Yep.
glycine at night, and then what else did you have? You might have had something else in there that maybe I
Yep, I
missed.
take creatine and I take an omega, and I do like an electrolyte mix.
Huh?
And then at night, the only other thing I take is magnesium. Oh, and I take vitamin D. Vitamin D with K3. Everybody should be taking that.
Yeah, I do that at night with the magnesium glycinate
Yeah.
that take the D and the K for it to absorb is supposed to
Yep.
take.
Yep.
Um, okay, why collagen versus just regular whey protein?
I was struggling with my hair. I don't
Yeah,
know, age, hormones, babies, whatever it is.
I get
It
it.
messes with our hair no matter what we do. And someone recommended collagen. So I started taking collagen. I think it has a couple other things in it. And it actually really helped. My nails started growing and my hair started
Really?
growing. I wouldn't say it did as much thickening, but it definitely increased production and that made me happy. So I just
And
keep
same with
taking
your
it.
hair too, so you felt it more in your hair as
Yes.
well.
Yeah. But
Cool.
honestly, if start taking supplements, take a supplement. I would probably suggest creatine. It is one of the most researched and solidified supplements that there is on the market. It even helps with your maintaining your mental
Huh.
faculties, whatever they call it, as you get older. It helps you maintain muscle mass. Creatine is an amazing supplement. So that's one that I would recommend that anyone takes. I get my parents to take it because I'm like, listen, this will help you. They don't want to work out. I'm like, at least take some creatine.
And I've heard mixed things about creatine. I bought some creatine and then my son told me not to take it. Don't take that. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. And then I was like, okay, I know like anything, there too much of anything is not good. And I
Yes.
know some people were taking too much and they were having kidney failure because they weren't drinking enough and
Yes.
they were taking way too much creatine. And I think you really have to double check your blood levels. Like my creatine level in my blood is fine. It's in the normal range. So you don't want to overload. I guess maybe just really watch your blood as you're taking creatine, or if you already have kidney issues or something going on, if your kidneys are stressed, then just make sure.
If
Yeah.
you have kidney issues, yes. But other than that, I'm telling you, it's one of the safest, most researched
Yeah.
supplements that there is on the market in general. And you don't need to take a ton. Somewhere between 3 to 5 grams a day is really all you need.
Okay. 3 to 5 grams. And then my practitioner is telling me like to really mega dose on the omegas. They're like, it's great for
Mm-hmm.
your brain, it's great for your blood, it's great for to help with your cholesterol, all of those different things.
Yeah.
So
Omegas are amazing.
yeah, I think I'm going to switch to liquid because the pills is just too many pills
It's
eventually.
so many. I know eventually you're like 8 or 10 pills and you're like, I cannot take all these.
Exactly. I'm like, to get that, I have to take 9. I got to take also, I'm like 3 in the morning, 3 in the afternoon, and they're big pills. And then 3 in the evening. And then sometimes I forget because I want to take it with food. And yeah, it's a lot to do all that.
Yep.
Okay. I love that. Those are really good things. And the other thing I noticed too, I was doing a multivitamin because I figure that's got everything else in it, kind of like you're doing, right? With
Mm-hmm.
the drink, it's got multivitamins in it and the
Yep.
vitamin D. And then my vitamin D level started to get too high because I didn't think about there's vitamin D in the multivitamin as well as what I was taking at night. So I had to back off on the multivitamin a little bit because I thought I really still want the vitamin D to help me sleep, I think, at night. I guess
Yep.
it could be one or the other. But another thing just to watch out for, because I was like, we think we can take all this stuff, but then sometimes too many is too much.
My dad was a huge supplement person and he would just take handfuls of pills like multiple times a day and I'm like, "Are you sure that's
Yeah.
good for you?" And then he started getting sick. He actually went to his doctor and was complaining and the doctor was like, "You are taking too many things. Your body cannot process all this." So he scaled
Yeah.
way back just to some basics. You really only need some basic things as long as you're especially if you're eating a well varied diet. If you're eating well, I know our food isn't what it used to be. That is
Yeah.
100% true. But if you're still eating the rainbow and getting good nutrition every day, you don't need 100 supplements. You probably need 4 or 5 base supplements, especially
Hmm.
depending on what you're trying to do in life.
Describe to us what you eat. What's like I know a typical day or maybe a typical couple of days because you might not be eating the same thing every day. What's your menu go to?
So, one of the blessings of having a meal prep company is I get to eat it all the time because
That's
meal
right.
prepping is so time consuming. So, if I didn't have LunaFit Fresh, I'm not sure exactly what I would do, but we make clean food. Anyone could make it and make it taste good. So, in a day, I have my protein waffle before I go to the gym with some peanut butter.
Mhm.
After I work out, I usually eat a protein yogurt with some sort of fruit mixed in it.
Yep.
Then lunch, I'll have my favorite meal this week was like 2 ounces of sweet potato, 2 ounces of cilantro lime rice with 6 ounces of ground turkey and some pico. and this Greek yogurt lime sauce. It was life. I was so happy this week. But it'll be something like that, protein, carb, maybe a little sauce, a little healthy sauce on top for lunch. In the afternoon, I'll eat protein bites. We make them, but you can make them homemade as well.
What
So
do you
it's
put in your protein bites? I want to know.
yeah, so my favorite protein bite that we make is the oatmeal chocolate chip one. So it's oats, protein powder, oat milk, a little bit of agave, and some dark chocolate chips. And you just mix it all up, and some peanut butter powder,
Okay.
as well, because that boosts the protein plus the flavor is amazing. So I eat that
So
as my
no
snack.
banana, right? There's no banana in that.
No,
Okay.
because they're pretty shelf stable.
Yeah.
We do keep them in the fridge, but you almost wouldn't have to just because based on the ingredients. Um, that's my favorite one, but we have all kinds of flavors. We have a carrot cake one, we have a blueberry cheesecake, so we have all these cool flavors that we make, but that's my favorite one. And then dinner, it's usually a lot of times I'll do like my favorite meal this week for dinner was cauliflower rice with some ground beef that had like ginger and some of those Asian flavors in it. That was delicious. And some broccoli.
That sounds yum. Sounds all
Yeah.
healthy and a good amount of protein. Would you say about how many grams of protein do you think you're getting in a day?
I get about 130. So if
Wow, that's a lot,
people
right?
yeah, I'm trying to maintain a lot of muscle mass, so but I would say in any general as a rule, what we tell people is to try and get 1 gram per pound of desired body weight.
Okay. 1 gram.
0.9, it could go down to 0.9 for women, maybe down to 0.7, depending on what your goals are and how much you're working out, but as a general rule, if anyone were to ask me, I would say aim for 1 gram per pound of desired body weight. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah, because I have a son who's 6'8" and 400 pounds, so that would be a lot of protein for him.
Yes,
Yeah,
it really would.
we wouldn't want to be there. Tell us where people can find you and tell us about the app where they can get the app too.
Yeah, so our website is lunafit.com. If you go there, you can do pretty much everything. You can download the app. You can see our other businesses. If you're local to Central Florida, you can come check one of our businesses out, visit us in the gym, get a free class, and pick up a protein bite while you're here. And then we're in the app stores, both Apple and Android. So definitely download the apps. LunaFit, we're easy to find, I hope. And also, I have created, it's like a healthy habits, a way for people to start their journey. So if
Mhm.
they go to lunafitjourney.com, they can pick that up for free. It's just a healthy guide, simple ways to start on your health journey.
Perfect. I love that. And can you get your food shipped anywhere in the country?
No, we're not shipping yet. We're local.
Okay.
So we cover
Darn.
most of Florida. I know a lot of people ask. It's on the roadmap.
There you go. It's on the vision board. It's going to happen.
Yes, exactly.
Reach out to her, check out the app, and get more fit, everybody. And if you're thinking about writing a book and becoming an international award-winning bestseller, reach out to us at eliteonlinepublishing.com. We help you write, market, and publish your book. Have a great week, everybody. We'll see you next time. Hey, are you looking to increase your revenue, build credibility, and elevate your brand? This podcast is brought to you by Elite Online Publishing, an innovative publishing and full spectrum marketing company. They will publish and market your book to make it a #1 bestseller. Becoming an author is the best way to market your business. So contact them at eliteonlinepublishing.com today. All of their authors become #1 bestsellers.